Hello everyone, welcome to Eminent Personality webinar. And as you know, this is managed by TechnoBiz. I welcome you all, and this webinar is all about the professional journey of the eminent persons who are well respected and well experienced professionals. I welcome you all for this program on the Eminent Personality webinar. As you know, just give you a quick information on the themes of the Eminent Personality webinar. We have two types currently. One is focusing on the rubber industry, what we are here for. We have a program called In Conversation with Eminent Rubber Industry Professional, and the other one is we have the legacy of Eminent Rubber Industry Professional who are no more. Other we have eminent scientists in the format, In Conversation, and also their legacy. These are themes which we follow for the Eminent Personality webinars. Today, we are all here for the In Conversation with Eminent Rubber Industry Professional program. And as you know, we have invited so many guests. We'll keep on inviting more and more. This is some of the eminent rubber industry professional, and each one has 40 to 65 plus years experience in the rubber industry. And first of all, I'd like to give a special thanks to the Dr. Samar Bandyopadhyay. Without him, as we have partnered together to do this program, without him, I would not able to put together. And also, there are many rubber and tire industry friends, well-wishers who've been continuously supporting this program. But also special thanks to the Rubber Technologies Global Network, which I manage through the first Facebook and also our magazine, Rubber and Tire Digest magazine. And special thanks to Society for Industrial Chemistry, and which is the professional body of the scientists, chemical engineers, chemists. So they are from India. And if you are interested to be a member of this society, I do encourage you to check this website, www.industrialchem.org. This is a society for engineers, scientists, chemical engineers, scientists, and also the chemists. Okay. I would like to thank our co-host, very much fortunate and whole well components. They want to be part of the journey of this eminent personality webinars, but really focusing on the eminent rubber industry professionals because they are providing one-stop solution for all elastomeric needs. So they become the co-host, and I will show you about their profile, what they are in the next few minutes. And all these eminent webinar programs, it's available to view past programs available through our TechnoBiz channel. So please do check our TechnoBiz channel on YouTube, so you can check all the eminent personality webinars. Okay? Today, we're all here to learn about the professional journey of the Mr. R.M. Mohan. Is 70+1 years experience in the rubber industry. We have actually altogether 37 plus years of professional experience. What is the difference between the past and now? This person, he actually is an engineering and maintenance specialist, and he has extensive experience in the rubber and tire industries. It's a different profession in the rubber industry. A lot of times you find chemists or technology side, but this person is specialized in the engineering aspects of the rubber industry plants. The agenda will be like this. Of course, there is just my remarks in the beginning. Then I give you a quick intro to the TechnoBiz activities. Then we learn from Mr. R.M. Mohan about his professional journey, his achievements, his lessons learned. Then we open for a Q&A session, technical discussion on various issues related to what all the participants raised about. Okay. Let's hear what our co-hosts are doing. I'm pleased to introduce this company called Whole Well Components. They are a one-stop solution for all elastomeric needs. Let me show you their video. Please stand by. And that's a brief presentation on the Holtville components. I sincerely thank them for joining the journey of the Eminent Personality webinars. A special thanks to Mr. Kamalesh Jain, the Managing Director, who believed in our cause and supporting and joining this journey. Thank you, Mr. Kamalesh Jain. Okay, let me give you the quick presentation on the TechnoBiz, what we are doing. Okay, and, so that you get an idea. I think I'll try to be as brief as possible, but most of the information is available in the in our handout document. Please have a look at it. Okay, please stand by. Let me open the file. Okay, this will be very fast introduction to TechnoBiz, but you can download it. You can see the details in the program and in the handout document. TechnoBiz, established in 2005, it is recognized as International Resource Center for Industries and Technologies. Welcome you all to join the journey of TechnoBiz. We provide a global service, and our services are pretty much broad, but we have more emphasis on the polymer industries, rubber, plastics, polyurethane, adhesives and coatings, and chemical and engineering as well, and also process technologies, energy environment, water membranes, and also filtration, separation, advanced materials and technology. The service are, it's basically our foundation is on the education. Everything we do, it's involved around educational activities and then business and networking. So if you look at we have trade exhibitions, we have training and conferences, we have webinars, we have publications, network, knowledge test, consulting service. So these are the broader services what we have. Just give you quickly what we are doing for the rubber, latex, and tire industries. We have exhibitions, GRTE, which is one of the regional expo in Southeast Asia. We're in Thailand. We also have an expo in Arab. We organize in Sharjah and in UAE. And we have been Africa Rubber Expo, which is basically rotating different main cities of the African countries. So these are what our exhibitions are rubber industry. When it comes to the webinars, we have started these activities because of the COVID only. Otherwise, we only believed in the past on focusing on the in physical events. We have know-how webinars, research webinars, technology webinars, and today what you have Eminent Personality webinars. You can check these details in our website, but I quickly glimpse through all the what kind of activities we are in. Know-how webinar is a purely educational platform. We offer training programs. Okay? We have experts from the different parts of the world. Everybody is specialized in their in special areas of the rubber industry, and with huge experience. They are knowledgeable, well experienced, They are contributing various programs for the know-how webinars. We have 150 training programs available on the rubber technology, and 30 plus global experts, and the number is keep on increasing. And these programs are mainly for professionals who are in the industry, okay, from the rubber or latex or tire industries. We have master classes as part of the know-how webinars. We have 10-day program on the rubber compounding for non-tire products. We have 8-day program on the tire compounding. We have a 2-day program on the rubber hose technology, and a rubber mixing plant, design and layout, 2-day program, and a rubber behavior, 1-day program, and compression rubber molding, we have 2-day program, improving performance of field elastomers, 3-day program. We keep on adding more master classes. Currently, we have developed these ones. They are available now, and we have scheduled in this month and next month a number of all these master classes. And we have an EPDM rubber technology and application, 2-day master classes there. And we have TPV technology as well, 1-day master class. So very specialized, all our instructors, there are sometimes some master class, a group of experts to train together, or some master class, only one expert give you the detailed information on the specific subjects. And if you're anybody listening to this, viewing this program, if you're an expert, you're specialized in any specific areas, welcome you to join our team of experts to contribute to the know-how webinars. Right? When it comes to research webinars, we promote the research in the universities, what happening in the current development. So we have conducted the various research webinars, working with the IIT Kharagpur, Rubber Technology Center there, and also Thailand, Mahidol University, and also in many other universities, we continuously developing various research webinars. This is so that industry knows what is happening in the research side. We have actually Pakistan Research Forum, we have Sri Lanka Polymer Research Forum, and also we're introducing research itself. We call researcher spotlight, so that that researcher, what they're good at it, what kind of activities they're doing. So we'll be introducing various researchers also as part of the research webinars. We have technology webinars, which is basically promoting the commercial technologies. What are the new technologies happening from the particular machinery point of view or materials point of view? And this is a platform for them to introduce technologies and explore the business opportunity. For audience, they keep update themselves. Okay, and we have this is a rubber and tire tech forum, which is a part of the technology webinar. We have these regional activities, India Rubber Tech Forum and Middle East Rubber and Tire Tech Forum, Africa and Southeast Asia. You can check their website, technology-webinars.com. Eminent personality, as you know, this is all about the eminent persons, well experienced and well respected. Okay. And we have a TechnoBiz knowledge test, which is basically to assess the knowledge of the professionals to evaluate themselves. And basically, this is not about a memory test. It's basically about reinforcing the subject what they have. Okay. And we do have rubber industry publication. We publish our own books, and so we have a TechnoBiz store. You can check the website store.technobiz.org. For rubber industry, we have printed or published 50 plus reference books, and these are mainly for the people in the industry. Okay. We have a magazine, Rubber and Tire Digest magazine, and this is jointly published by the Rubber World and TechnoBiz, and it is in digital format. I encourage you to subscribe. rubbertiredigest.com. It's a good magazine with the technical articles. Currently, we have 6,000 plus global readers. Free to subscribe. We have many of you probably may know this group, Rubber Technologies Network, which I manage through the Facebook. Currently, we have close to 4,000 members from 18 or 20 countries, rubber technologists from this. So if you are active in the Facebook, you may join this group to keep update yourself. What are the news, latest trends and happening around the world. Okay. We are also supporting the SME rubber industry. We have a project called SME Rubber Industry Project. If you are wanted to promote a brand, a company, so we have a project. So welcome any interest in there. We have a talent search. If your company is looking for people to hire, if you are looking for a job, we can help you on the talent search program. And we have a TechnoBiz channel. We have recently started in the YouTube channel. So some of the information, whatever is good for the industry, we will post in there. We keep follow this TechnoBiz channel. You may find something relevant and useful to you. Okay. This is me, Param Prasad Rao. You can always contact me. I think most of you see my emails or contact information is there, so you can reach out to me any assistance you need. Okay. TechnoBiz is an independent private organization aimed to serve the global rubber industries as best as possible with available resources, partnerships, and friendship. the door is always open to all interested professionals to be part of the TechnoBiz journey. Thank you very much, and I encourage you join the journey of TechnoBiz. Okay? That's about what is all about TechnoBiz. I hope you get some idea what we are doing in terms of the in terms of services for the rubber industry and so. Okay, now we are here for Mr. R.M. Mohan. I think Mr. Mohan sir, welcome you to the program. We are very honored to have you in this session. So let's get started with tell us your journey and how you started, what kind of lessons you learned, good lessons, bad lessons, and also an advice for young people in the industry. It's over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, friends. Sorry, there's a phone call, so I had to be stopped. Good afternoon. Frankly, I really don't know if I'm a rubber expert alone or a rubber expert itself. But all my industry, chemistry has made some had to role to play or wherever I worked, right? And I remember my learned friend Dr. Mukhopadhyay and my guru. And generally, he used to ask the first question to the students in the first class: which of these materials, steel or rubber, is more elastic? Okay, I don't know what was the answer, but I am one guy who started the steel industry and finally landed into rubber industry. Okay, so that's how my journey started and ended. Okay, sir, can you put the first slide? Okay. Well, actually, I am totally indebted to my parents. In fact, my mom, I consider she should have been the best finance. She would have been the best finance minister for India. I don't know how she managed the finances. We are from a middle class family. In my school, it was sometimes difficult to pay even the 6 rupees of monthly school fee also. And then suddenly I chose to stay in a hostel, and that too in an institute like REC Warangal. I don't know how she managed. She simply gave them all the support to my father. Said, "No, let's put him there and let's see what happens." Of course, I did get scholarship and all. I maintained myself, but it was her blessing and my father. And my dad also never, he never took any kind of promotion, but just because he wanted us to stay in a place where education is easily available. Okay, so that's been the sacrifice. And of course, I cannot forget the support of my family. I've been at 24/7 plant work. So here you have my daughter Harini and Yamini with my wife Nalini, and the guy you see in the below is Anuj, my son-in-law. Okay, so as I said, 24/7 I used to work for the plant or demand in the plant. So my wife Nalini always took care of everything else for me. So I'm totally consider myself very lucky to have had such a family. Okay, next slide, sir. I have to start with my background before I'm calling myself an expert. Well, the background I can tell is my education first. My highest education is MTech, Electrical in Power Systems from IIT Chennai, and graduation is from BE Electrical. In addition, I also did graduateship in Industrial Engineering from IIIE Bombay. Okay, so that is how I started. But then I consider myself lucky here also because I got into the best institutions for my education. In fact, I consider REC Warangal to be even more better than IITM in many aspects, as far as the library and what you call facilities are concerned. But of course, IITM had its own advantages, specialities. In fact, when I joined, IBM 370, the best or Asia's first largest computing system, was available, and people were encouraged to learn by themselves. So that was the specialty of IIT. A lot of flexibility in IITs. Okay, I can tell you, I was given the lab key to do my project by myself. I used to go late night in the night to finish my project in MTech. So that was a flexibility that was lent to me in IIT. I'm very happy about it. Still, I have connections in IIT. It's very nice actually, right? Next slide, please. Well, in addition, I did, I use a word that I learned later in JK on continual improvements. I kept my learning abilities as a hobby. Okay, I did what do you call finance for non-finance people in the proficiency course in IISc Bangalore. Then computers were just on, so I did a computer certification course from IGNU also while in JK. Then, I am a diploma holder in IRI. Then after retirement, I did energy auditor, ENMS auditor, and a course from online Stanford course in economics too. Next slide, sir. So I'm a jack of all actually. I don't know if I'm a master of anyone or not, but I still look forward to continue my hobby of learning. I don't know. I have a dream that I should do doctoral course in electrical engineering, if possible. Let me see. I think at 70, nobody will enroll me as a student now, but at least I can help people get some kind of this thing. Okay. This is my industry experience. As I said, I started with steel, moved on to industrial gases and hydropower. Then, of course, in tires and tubes, and continued in tires and tubes and projects. This thing. So, 1974 to 1985, I was in Billai Steel Plant. Then I went to Boruca Gases. Then I was in JK Tire and Industries till 2008. Then 2008 to 2010, I served Roy and Sons, ex Dunlop. So you can see, many of the professionals in tire and industry have started their career from Dunlop, whereas I went the reverse way. I ended my career in Dunlop. Okay. In Billai Steel Plant, I rose from GE2 to from a trainee to assistant manager level. Then in Boruca Gases, from assistant manager to manager power plant. Then in JK Tires, general manager EE and I to general manager E and P. Then in Ruya and Sons, I was taken as a vice president new project tires. Then I remained vice president special projects. Okay, so next slide, sir. Well, I have been influenced by a number of people wherever I worked. In Billai, I can talk of Mr. Podar, who is my first boss. Then Mr. S. Suresh Chandra Jain, Mr. Srivastav, and my whole team. And then Baruka S. N. Agarwalji and my dear friend Surya Reddy, a passionate cryogenics man. Mr. Bansali, a dynamic company secretary, but he rose to become the executive vice president. And I had a very nice and decent team even in Baruka. Then, of course, JK Tire, I'm indebted to definitely Bedi sir to pick me up. Mr. Srivastava was there, Mr. Misraji, Ganesan sir, Dr. Mukhopadhyay, Rajiv Sarin, Chennai Krishnan, Anil Agarwalji, Karuna Pandeyji, of course, Makkar Sawabi is in the panel, Mono Abraham sir, Bhatia sir, Banerjee, Amrutesh, and my colleagues and all my team members. Roy and Sons, I had the pleasure of working with S. Ravi, again an IITian by himself, a very intelligent man. He's a non-rubber man, but very this thing. Then Srikanth Banerjee, then of course Mr. Rajaraman, who was more or less the production head of Falcon Tires, and Sunil Bansali ji, he was the executive director. And there were many peers in my team and all my team. Of course, I can't forget my first teacher, though I don't remember Nageshwara sir's face, but he was my first standard teacher. First and second standard I read in school. I was the top first ranker. Then we had this maths teacher, Ramaswamy sir, who actually encouraged me to get into the line of engineering by his maths teaching. In fact, he wanted me to go to the better schools in the city from the government school where I was studying. Then I think some of you might have heard of famous name Sivachari, who was a headmaster and principal in school. He's also writer of physics, chemistry books in the high school. Then I can't forget a wonderful gentleman called R. Jagannath. He was actually a physics teacher, but he taught us English also. he taught us in such a way that even a poem like Abub and Adam, we made it by heart just while he spoke. It was so easy. He made it look so easy. Of course, he resigned to become a lawyer later, but he had wonderfully influenced me. Similarly, in my school, we had a teacher called Bhakta Vatsal. Bhakta Vatsal sir, I don't know, he very playfully used to teach. I mean, even today, I can recall the capital of every European city because we played a game like that on capitals of this thing. So that's a very this thing. Of course, especially I have some special people in Kuruvaji, who was GM Bhilai Steel Plant. Avadh Giri, of course, very nice person who introduced the systems into JK Tires. SN Agarwalji and RP Singhani and Royaji are all, of course, the eminent industrialists. They all had influence on me. Next slide, sir. Okay, my outline of presentation or what I'm going to talk about my experience will be based on these learnings only. The learnings, the gaps, and achievements. Like it goes in a song like this: Thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai, zindagi fir bhi yahan khoobsurat hai. So that's how it is actually. Life is beautiful, but try to go to a next step higher. Find your gaps for going that, learn something, have some gaps, and keep on moving up and up and up. That's how it is. So I dealt all my stages of life in this fashion only. Next slide, sir. Okay, school and college. Actually, it's my father's teaching and the school teaching too. Strong being in fundamentals. In fact, everything I used to work from first principles. That's been my style of learning. I think never believed in memorizing anything. So I even now I say, if you know Pythagoras, probably you will know whole of trigonometry. It's very easy like that. But in case I did have to memorize something, I followed the concept of Terblix. I have a nice way, an acronym to remember certain things. Just vomit in the exam and come back. That had to be followed sometimes. So I had my own style of answering questions in question papers. Okay. Well, the gap I even now regret is I missed my first class just by 4 marks in my 11th standard. Well, it happens, but that drove me and made me a better person. And I worked hard to achieve a 60th rank in the whole state in my pre-university. Okay, and I maintained as a distinct student all my engineering career. And of course, to the economic need of my family was to have me having a scholarship all the time. Yes, I did have the scholarship, which could afford my not only I used to get 75 rupees per month, as well as tuition fee exemption was there. Okay, so the 75 rupees was sufficient for almost 3 years or 4 years of this thing for my monthly food. That is in the mess. Only when we came to final year, the mess bill used to come to about 105 rupees, where my father had to give me money. That's how it was. Next slide, sir. Okay, Bhilai, it's a wonderful place to start. Actually, I started that in 1974 as a GET. It's a gigantic plant. But one thing I learned there, which I adopted entire my life, is if you want to be a good engineer, you must have the best of the strong process knowledge. A very strong process knowledge is a must. So especially if you're a maintenance engineer, if you do not know about the process, things will be very bad. So I learned all this in Bhilai Steel Plant. They laid me a strong foundation. It's an integrated plant, right from raw materials to finished products and byproducts too. We used to manufacture at the Bhilai Steel Plant. And it's a gigantic plant, as I said. 65,000 direct employees were there, 4,000 officials that were there, and 250,000 actually were indirectly employed. And the township also had about 2.5 lakhs too. 4 lakh population. In fact, we loved that place so much. And second thing is, I'm talking about humility and humbleness. It is the Soviet guys' influence there. Every executive starts the day with shaking hand with everybody in the department, wherever in his work. Even if he's a sweeper, the sweeper is hands are shook. So this is an influence. It's a kind of a belongingness. That is something which I think I learned only in Billai. I didn't see that in many other places, but wherever possible, I continued with my this kind of influence on me. And I think I loved the place, and the place also loved me. Underlining fact is, when I resigned, for 1 month long, we had continuous farewells. Now, we never cooked at home for the last 1 month of our stay in Billai. So that was the love and affection that the people around me gave me to a fresh engineer who grew to be an assistant manager there. Okay. Well, my achievements there was I was good. Hence, I got my first promotion earlier to many others in this thing. And I also authored process training manuals. Then I'm very proud. In those days, electromechanical automation was very much in vogue. Okay, so one of the oxygen turbo compressor had the most sophisticated in those times automation scheme, which I maintained and learned more about it and maintained all through. It had 122 what you call read relays and many other this thing just to have the whole scheme right from start to delivery of oxygen. In between, there's a flushing of the whole compressor with nitrogen. And then after flushing of nitrogen flushing, the compressor slowly changes to oxygen and then supplies oxygen to the steel melting shop. So this is one. Second is, we introduced, we had 6 large synchronous motors with shaft connected exciters. Okay, all again electromechanical. And one of the exciters we replaced with a static excitation system supplied by Nelco. So I think I consider these two and what I learned, with friends and teachers there as my knowledge takeaway from Billai Steel Plant years. Right? Next, please. Boruka. Actually, this was an emotional shift. I was very good in Billai. I was also due for next promotion. Unfortunately, my father had to be retired because of some NTR movement there. He reduced the retirement age from 58 to 55. So I thought, it's better to be, and he was not very keen on coming to Billai. So I thought I should move to South India. That's how I took up this job. Of course, I took up the job in Bangalore, but fortunately for him, his service was again reinstated. He continued to serve. So we stayed in a new place. Then it was known as a Karnataka Oxygen. It's one of those companies selected for model study by IIM Ahmedabad, for their fast growth they achieved. So it was one of those such companies. But then, there, right from a gigantic plant, I came to a small plant where, though I joined as an assistant manager electrical, very soon I felt that I learned that a manager is all in one. You have to be what you call production manager, you have to be a project manager, you have to be mechanical manager, or even a salesperson too. All those caps I had to be it is a good experience. Okay. And of course, only frank thing, I was very honest and straightforward, so it didn't help my career there. And then, okay, I did some jobs, nice jobs, achievements there. They had serious problems in the electrical systems. I could solve that and save a huge investment. Those days, 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs is a big investment for a small company like that. So they were being insisted upon by KEV to change their electrical system from 11 kV to 66 kV. So I managed that they don't have to do that. Corrected the systems within the plant, and we could improve. I think that's one thing helped the plant produce from a 30-ton oxygen plant, even argon, which is a rare this thing. So I have worked, I have seen 150-ton oxygen plant not having any organ facility, but this is a beautiful plant which could produce this thing. So since then I also was because of my probably dedicated working, my bosses felt I can be the HOCL project manager to complete the hydrogen plant, 100 meter cube fully automated hydrogen plant we erected for HOCL in Cochin near Ernakulam. So that job was given to me. I did that successfully. Then I was then adopted or what will asked to help in setting up of 18 megawatt hydel plant. I did the initial work. Unfortunately, by then I just bought a new house. Then the family, we decided if you have to move out of Bangalore, because the project needed me to go to a hydel site about 300 kilometers away from Bangalore. So we thought, okay, if you're moving out of Bangalore, let's go to any other place. It doesn't matter. So that's how I landed in JK Tyre. Okay. Well, JK Tyre, I think, is a place. Definitely, I consider that in an all-round development as a professional. I was just a mere electrical engineer, but now I became a complete engineering in charge, and to finally to a business unit head. Of course, we called it SSU1 services unit. So I was the head of that, and of course, the only gap I see is I wish I had started my career there. Basically hands-on. As an electrical engineer, I could have done. I could have learned much more than what I learned, having gone as a boss of many people. But I don't. Regret that. Definitely, I went in a position I could help the team to do a seamless plant and equipment maintenance. Uptime we increased, cost reductions we could achieve, automation of plant processes and equipments we did, many innovative changes we did, and maintenance time reduction, efficiency improvements, and creation and adaptation of new system, whichever was the need of the day. Actually, we started, let us say, from ISO systems in 1995, and by the time I left, we were into TPM. So all the systems we adapted very quickly, and we succeeded in achieving the goal and getting honor after honor. So few things I would like to mention here in JK Tyre. When I joined in 1991, the maintenance was more firefighting type of maintenance than any kind of organized maintenance. The best of the Banbury mixer, that is Banbury mixer number 4, which was a 2000 HP DC motor driven mixer, that to 4-wing rotor, had worse of the downtime, as high as 22%. And many of the equipments like dual extruder, bias cutter, speed winding, and they are all known as bottlenecks, but I think the necks were even narrower actually those days. And in 1991, our daily production was about 90 tons per day. But you can see in 2008, when I left, we were doing 205 TPD production. It all happened not just because me or this thing. It all happened because of a lot of initiative taken by the management, and of course, maintenance management was only one facet of the reasons for the massive strikes. There were many others, but still, we all worked together to make it happen. And as I said, when I said work, I really mean people involvement at management at all levels through many people initiatives. I think it is one of the best steps taken by JK Tyre in those difficult times. I think so. Still, I think, and there are so many people who are in contact with me from this people sector. many of the workmen call me and say, inquire and talk freely to me, message me. And if they happen to come to Mysore, they meet me. Or even if they have to happen to Bangalore, they'll call me, sir, I'm coming to see you. They come and see me. So that's the kind of relationship that is still happening. I'm very happy about it. The next slide. Well, from then I moved to Roy and Sons. You know, Murphy. There is a Murphy's law which says that okay, everybody rises to the highest level of incompetence. Okay, so I think I rose to the highest level of my incompetence in Roy and Sons. But then I went with a hope, and that like many people who grew up from Dunlop, I thought I can put Dunlop back on the roadmap, back into this. I went there, but of course, 2008 was also a year of recession. So I was taken for a new project in Guwahati. In fact, we did all the project report. We acquired the land also in Guwahati. But then because of the recession, the work didn't take up, didn't happen. So then I was moved to Falcon Tires in Mysore. I think it was a blessing in disguise. There was some expansion work in happening here, as well as a 6 megawatt cogeneration plant, half ton. Okay, so I think it really appealed to me. So that's something I'll come. But one of the major learnings there is after completing the cogeneration plant, we could sell power on the IEX exchange on a day-to-day basis. That is something which I learned. It's a pleasant learning for me. That energy also can be sold on day-to-day basis. Of course, there were teething issues, and there are some small further improvements that are required in the cogeneration system itself. Probably the next, whenever it happens, they can improve on those things. Well, as I said, the gap is I couldn't see the rise of SWell Dunlop in India. Okay. Many professional managers have come, not only for our industry, many professional managers have come from Dunlop only. When I first went to JK Tire, most of the people, senior people or colleagues I met, had some connection with Dunlop India. Okay. My achievements in Falcon Tires is definitely completing the limited expansion that I could do in Falcon Tires. And proudly I can say I completed the 6 megawatt cogeneration work. I think as an electrical engineer, I'll be very, very proud to mention this. And I also found a happy place to retire. Though I had purchased a house or I was having a house in Bangalore, Mysore looked like the Bangalore of the 60s. Place to retire and be happy about. So, it was very nice. But I would like to say a word or two about Pawan Royaji. He was very, very passionate, about Dunlop. Okay. In one of our annual reviews were very, very common there. So, and that too with all the 80 odd companies that he has, he used to have the managers collected in a place, we once met in Kashmir, Srinagar, and once in Rajasthan. Every time, and next meeting was supposed to be in Kuala Lumpur. I didn't attend that. By the time I left, so he had a passion. So he had said, Mohan, with very little investment, I am in a position to produce 300 TPD of tires. Whereas if somebody wants to put a new plant, he has to invest, I think, at least 300 to 400 crores. Okay, so that is the passion he had about it. But somehow, I think I am not worth commenting upon a man like Ruya, why he failed. So I just leave it at that. Next slide you can go. Now, after retirement, okay, these are happy retired years. Here also I have some learnings. One is health is wealth. Yes, I think my colleagues in JK will remember that I think, not neglecting my health, whether it is walk or anything. But in the end, in fact, I also started teaching people, doing some kind of exercises in the evening. We used to do a routine called 8 minute exercise or having some yoga sessions in the last phase of my stay in JK. But then, we used to play good amount of playing was there, whether it is badminton or tennis. I didn't know anything about tennis. I started there only. That's how it was. So I think, and definitely I enjoyed the community living there. We had a lot of close knit connections with the colleagues and families. It was a very nice place, and that's something which I could definitely pursue my hobby of reading further. I did my DIRI there, and also learned a lot about ISO systems, whether it is ISO 9000, 14,000, or TS 16949, QS 9000, all. It was a very nice place. Okay, now in the retired years, what is the gap I feel is okay. I can still help the industry in one way, but okay, looking for opportunities. For a while, I got stuck in settling to the new house. Last 3-4 years in Mysore. Now I'm free. I'm available. In case an opportunity presents, I'm definitely ready to help. As I said, my achievements in post-retirement years, at 65 plus, I won a doubles tennis trophy in my club, and I'm very active in Institute of Engineers. I should mention that I should mention here that I conducted nanotechnology seminar. Of course, Dr. Mukhopadhyay played a very nice role in that. And I also spoke about automation in tire industry in one of the sessions. Besides that, I have been invited to evaluate a research paper presentations in many of the electrical seminars that are conducted. So I have done all those works to this thing. And of course, annually, I present a song in their cultural program. And see, Mysore Local Center is very famous. It's very different from Institute of Engineers elsewhere. So Mysore Local Center arranges games and cultural activities for members. I've been a chess champion too, chess and carom champion, and a quiz winner a couple of times. So life goes, and life is very pleasant over here. Okay. So next slide. Okay. Before coming to this, I would like to mention what I'm proud of. Okay. In my career entirely, import substitution, that work I did in Vilai. In fact, we were dependent on too many imports from USSR those days, even in 1975 to 80s also. Too many, in fact. And every year, the large indent used to go from every department, and that used to be processed and sent for this thing. Sometime, definitely, we decided that we shouldn't be dependent on any of such imports anymore. So that's where we thought about replacing a rotary exciter with a static exciter. And I also got an opportunity to work with Tata's, whom I wanted to join as a GT. Unfortunately, I couldn't. But Nelco supplied us the static exciter. It was wonderful, replacing the rotary exciter with static exciter. And next is there was very nice bonding in my team in KOL or Karnataka Oxygen or Worker Group, and they kept a lot of trust in me. That is why, though I was doing a project, they literally kept 1.5 lakhs worth of money just like that with me without asking for any accounts till I finished the project. And the accounts were accepted as it is. Now, 1.5 lakhs was a big thing. The whole project was 1 crore 10 lakhs project, and I went only at the finishing stages. So I had to finish. But like in any project, generally the project majority construction takes place in 20% of the time, but last 20% happens. It takes 80% of the time. So I went at that time. I struggled a bit, but my luck or my ability, I could manage and hand over the plant. Then JK we really did a lot of automation, thanks to my seniors and the system that is prevailing there. Actually, I can recall Mr. Pamecha, my colleague, started with a small Allen Bradley PLC to one of the splicers. Okay, that was the beginning. I took on from there. We migrated from Allen Bradley, many PLC systems we provided, then went to variable speed drives. Then we also went to what you call vector drives, all kinds of things we did. And in fact, even probably first time in anywhere, we replaced even the lift drives. Our elevator, bulk elevator also, we replaced with electronic drives. So I think I'm proud of all those things. But of course, it all happened because of the encouragement that I got and the system that I followed. Now, JK Tyre has a very nice capital sanctioning system. Any project you can propose. It is not exactly a big capital project. Any project you can propose, if the cost benefit analysis matches, ROI matches, the project is to be sanctioned. I think I don't know, but if you look at the JK Tyre records till 2008, maybe I think if amongst all the three plants, I had the most of the capital sanctions obtained. And I think I completed even all the up to at least 90%. Few were left undone, and few failed also. I mean, it happens. One of the things that we failed was use of lignite in the boiler. We were very keen, but okay, and the accounting was an issue. It is a problem with all that moisture and sulfur and things like that. But yes, that is one very nice system. And then, in fact, when we went ahead, even to have the plant level, actually most of the capital sanctions used to come from Delhi. But then, we also went to the extent of having a small sanction, very small project, small kaizens, small improvements. One can do as a capital project, even at the plant level, with the approval of the CW. So that is something which we have done. I'm very happy. I always say that JK Tyre made me the engineer one should be. Okay, then we did good amount of job, in maintenance facilitation. I mean, as I said, from breakdown maintenance or firefighting to went on to systematic maintenance. I don't think anybody was worried now about maintenance and maintenance failures, barring one or two small incidents here and there. I tell you, then we graduated into predictive maintenance, opportunity maintenance, and we also created hot standby that nothing is required, no stoppage is required, and many of the bottlenecks got removed. We improved the productivity of bias cutters. We definitely developed a fillering machine, horizontal fillering machine. Okay, an idea came and we worked on it. Okay, we did a lot of trials and errors, but yes, we developed. Now it's adopted in other plants too. We introduced stop to cut in bias cutters. We converted the high table to low table bias cutter to improve this thing. And I love one thing, we introduced VAM chiller from the rotary compressors type of chillers. And it had ammonia. We had ammonia-based chillers earlier, up to 4 of them, and energy guzzlers. But whereas VAM chiller is a very simple chiller machine, provided all the chilling water requirements for our plant needs. Then we established a very nice coal accounting system. We made small, things. Always coal accounting was a problem. So what looks like good efficiency for the first 2 months. Third month, we used to say that a lot of coal has got lost. So this is something which we have established. And then by having lots of 500 tons and then accounting for the 500 tons immediately. So that happened, hence definitely this thing. Inventory management also, we did great strides. And people management. I always love. I think we did wonderful people management at JK Tires, and which I followed even in Falcon Tires too. And then I also had the opportunity of selecting and grooming future managers. Many of them are outside now. I'm very happy that I've been able to do. And then one more last point I would like to tell. There's a way. If you want to save, you can buy certain things from our ship breaking industry, which is in Alang and Bhavnagar. We brought a lot of things at a cheap rate. By weight you can buy things, and you can adopt those small things. Okay, so I think that is something which I can elaborate. Maybe when I talk about maintenance to somebody separately. This is one, and so next slide, the last slide. Well, I cherish these comments given on me by Mr. O. Kaiser, a German expert on oxygen plant. He came to me and told my boss, those days I used to be called as Murli. Murli is an expert on what one cannot see. That is electricity, he meant. Hence, he is the right choice for your plant, he said. He said this to our dear Bansaliji. Okay. Then I also cherish this comment by our Rai Chaudhary sir. He himself is an expert. I don't know whether he was into, when I was leaving, he was in a coma stage. This thing. He once came to visit the plant after I became the engineering head. In the walkthrough, he simply said, "We failed to judge your abilities early. Very happy now on your achievements and contribution." I cherish this forever. Okay. I think that ends my presentation. But as usual, I'm a nervous guy. I'm ready to take questions as and when Param says questions, please. Thank you, friends.
Thank you very much, Mohan sir. Wow, very interesting journey. Do you have anything left you'll do remaining retired hours? Plan to do more things?
Pardon me, I can get you.
Do you have any more plans in retirement? Like what else you want to do? Anything you?
Okay, like actually I have done traveling. We have done extensive traveling. We went to the States. Of course, I did travel to New Zealand from Falcon Tires. I went to Christchurch and got the chance to see the beautiful place Christchurch as well as the Bridgestone plant. Of course, it was under sale. It was a very nice experience. Then we have traveled to your place too. Then we are going to Angkor Wat, Singapore. Number of times I go. Entire US I have moved around. In fact, I looked at Akron. Many a times, my bosses had been suggesting me that because we had a arrangement with GTIC for training managers from JK Kankuli and other places. They had suggested my name, but I always used to delegate it to my juniors because I said I'm already a senior. Let the people who are going to remain longer learn so that they contribute for a longer period. So I didn't take the opportunity. Since 1991, my name has been recommended many a times. But then, of course, GTAC itself was taken over by Conti, and those bilateral agreements stopped in, I think, around 2000. But quite a few, so Jendani, Dharmendra Sajwan, quite a few people I could delegate from my team for the training there. So I've been traveling. I've traveled in India also, and of course, my wife has lots of plans. So let me see. But yes, I'm ready to contribute. But sometimes I do feel that now I'm free. I can do any kind of work. In fact, I took up to auditing only with this view that it's my field of choice. In fact, I think I can proudly say that we have saved some resources for the country, some energy for the country, some water. Because water, when I joined, it was 3,300 kiloliters per day we used to consume from the lake around JK Tire. And when I left, we were consuming less than 600. And then we did good amount of rain harvesting work. Okay, and then energy 1.29. Actually, I didn't quote any of the specific figures because without permission from the specific industry, I should not quote the figures. That's why I didn't mention them. Though, and I was part of the team to achieve this figure. 1.29 was the kilowatts per kg was our energy, electrical energy ratio. But when I left, we were around 0.71. I think we became a benchmark for many, and I later learned that people have improved over that. I'm very happy actually. I left a culture, I left some benchmarks for people to beat, and happy they're beating it. Okay.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your journey. It's very inspiring and a lot of learnings for young people. I know before we go for your questions, but I still have some more exploration that I need to do about you. Okay, we have some pictures. We wanted to tell us the stories behind the pictures.
Okay. Well, this is my college days. I don't know. Can anybody recognize where I am? Okay, I'm the only guy with the specs, black dark specs. Okay, and this is my friends. One is Ramurthy, the other is Ambal Vaneswaran, who grew to be Tata quality expert. The next guy is TC Narasimha. He is a metallurgist, but preferred to be in a bank. And Ramurthy joined Ingersoll Rand in Ahmedabad. He is now back at Bangalore. Okay, his wife worked as a director AIR, All India Radio. So both are in Bangalore. So this is the team of 4. We were very good friends.
You're still in touch with them?
Ambal is in Pittsburgh actually with his son. He and me were cricket mad. In fact, he worked as a commentator even for I think Asian Games. He was selected, offered there as a commentator, and he worked as a commentator for in Mohin-ud-Daula tournament. Those days it was very famous in Hyderabad. Okay, we used to do some cricket quiz for the sports magazine. And he was, of course, a cricketer himself. I also, but I was shy. I didn't enter the field. I entered the B team when we were in 4th year. In my days, I was known as a leg spinner or leg break bowler. I tried that. But again, I tried only when Karuna Pandey started night cricket. Okay, and we did play. We enjoyed it. This is my picture, and again in college days only. And again here with the college blazer, I'm with Ramurthy, my dear friend. This is my Bhilai team actually. One of them is also an IITian, and K. Acharya, the one with the sweater besides me. He is a metallurgist. He joined the HSL R&D. Okay, those days it was known as HSL R&D. Now afterwards sale became into this thing. So he worked for a long time in Ranchi. In fact, I visited him also in Ranchi. This guy is Brahmaya, my 1-year junior in the electrical stream in college, also in Bhilai Steel Plant. He joined Bhilai Steel Plant and then shifted to Vizag. And he retired as Executive Director Commercial in Vizag Steel or Rashtriya Ispat Nigam. That's Brahmaya. Okay. Yes, he did visit me afterwards. Okay, this is what I told you. First, you see the picture right to me where I'm telling everybody that I'm going to go to Kashi. Okay. This is my marriage time picture. That's a ritual. But then now my wife says, let's both go to Kashi. Here we are, happily married on that day, what you call 1st March 1979.
That's nice.
Well, this is, of course, Makar Sam is available here. So this is the first business heads team under training. You see all my friends, Shiljan Saab, Lodha Saab, and what you call Dangi ji, Sharma ji, Colonel, our technical head, Pamacha sir, and we are sandwiched between 2 Dangis here, JK Dangi and RL Dangi. Okay. Next. Well, this is in one of the trainings that I sent from JK Tires. they wanted me to become a rubber specialist, and I was also keen because I said my fundamental aim is to know the process thoroughly. So I joined Dr. Mukhopadhyay, you can see, and there's all the other co-trainees. Some from Banmore also were there. I enjoyed the training there.
Okay, so that's briefly about your, pictures. So bring you back to the world, memories to you. So we have invited a couple of your friends and colleagues of you who worked with you in the past, or you work with them. Okay, so they would like to share a few words about you. Please stand by. Let me invite them. So I'd like to invite Mr. A.K. Makkar, sir. Can you please turn on your camera as well as speaker? Your speaker also, kindly unmute it.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes.
Yes, sir. Nice to see you, Mohan, after a long time.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Good. So far, going strong.
Yeah, I was about to meet you, but somehow I missed it opportunity.
Yeah, the trips to Mysore are very short normally. Yes, Mr. Rao.
So tell
Any
us
specific question
what
to me?
basically that we like to know how was your association with Mr. R.M. Mohan? What kind of person he was at the time while you all continue to be?
I worked with Mohan for almost 3.5 years, from 2005 to 2008 when he retired from Kakroli. I was heading the unit and he was the chief engineering, head of engineering. And I mean, professional part aside, he's been a great soul. We worked together for a long time, and in whatever time frame we work, I have always found him very interesting, lot of energy, ready to accept changes, very innovative, and a great team player. Very great team player. I never had to think about what engineering really needs to do, and uh, some very interesting initiatives we started at that time, like Mohan mentioned earlier. And I mean, just to remind you, Mohan, you talked about battery number 4.
Yes, sir.
The DC motor is gone. It's AC VFD now.
Oh, very nice.
You left in 2008, and we were using around 800 to 600 kL water per day for 200
600.
tons. Today we're using only 80 kL.
I came in 2018 or 17. I found out already.
Yes.
I visited.
So we are a global benchmark now for Kakroli on the water consumption. On power consumption, we are less than 0.6 now.
Very good, sir.
So all those initiatives which we started in that period are still on, and I'm still working on the same old issues. So life has taken a lot of circle. I see Rajesh Agarwal also here. Good team, great team. And how is the family doing? How is Hirini and Yamini? Both are doing fine.
He's just watching me, sir. I can show her right now. My wife.
Okay. Hi.
Madam,
Good to see you. So where is Anuj and Hirini now? They based out of Delhi, or they're still in Bangalore?
Pardon me?
Hirini and Anuj, where are they?
Harini is here only. Actually, since work from home is happening, she's here. And Anuj also shifted to Bangalore, and so he's also here. But today, currently, for Diwali, he had gone to Kanpur. He lost his father, during Corona and other. So his mother had visited.
They're all doing fine.
Okay. So all are fine. Yamini is there in Singapore.
So do take care of your health.
Sir?
Yeah. So good to know you're available now. So if we need you, we'll use you for sure.
Sir, बगल में डॉक्टर ना रहते हैं, कोई याद नहीं करते हैं.
Correct. But let me promise one thing. Next time I come to Mysore, I'll definitely try and catch up with you.
Okay, fine. You are telling it in front of my wife. She is going to catch you
Yes,
by next.
I definitely, and I try to bring my wife along. So we can let's have a family day together. Yeah, that'll be good. So great. Anything else, Mr. Rao?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. That's all I'd like to know. How was your association? What kind of person is? Thank you very much for your kind words about Mr. R.M. Mohan. Mr. Mohan, any words to Mr. Makkar, sir?
Yeah, I want to tell, I think the achievement of less than 0.6 is great, sir. In fact, sir, there was a failure of tuber motor when our Giri was here. On those days itself, the total tube production was not there. So there is a difference of almost 0.2 per kilowatt per kg in those 2 months. And you can probably it happened in 94 February or so. Okay. February is again a winter month. It's definitely it will be lower, but at least there is a difference of 0.15 to 16 because of tube production alone.
Yeah. Now there is no tube. Yes.
So hence, I think that definitely you've done wonders, and maybe there is still room for stretching. That's what I want to tell you. Probably another 0.5 will happen. Okay, but you are a master of getting the things done in your own way.
No, it's been a great journey. I have myself had a lot of fun doing all this.
Bora and all are in touch with me sometimes. They do talk to me.
Yeah.
So it happens.
No, Bora is doing very well.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Yes, Param.
Thank you very much, Makkar sir. Thank you very much. I may invite Dr. Samar to give a kind thank you note to Mr. Makkar sir. Dr. Samar, please stay on. Yeah. Unmute your speaker, sir. Unmute your speaker.
Namaste, Makkar sir. I'm very happy to see you. And thanks for coming, sir. And thanks for saying some good words for Mohan sir. Because Mohan sir is one of the veteran of Kankroli. And when we joined in 1992 as GET, since then I know him. So 92 to today, 2021 means almost 31 years. So I thought we should invite him because Peram is taking this initiative, those people who are 70 plus in rubber industry, to invite them and talk. So from JK side, we have thought 3 people who have already crossed 70. Like first one is Mohan sir. Next, Sil Jain will come. And after that, we have also asked Sudhir Gautam. So I dream that we should also celebrate Makkar sir's eminent personality webinar in the future. That is our dream.
Well, I'm still away from 70, so no problem. Still have to say.
Makkar can always be there for each of the 3 presentations that you have named. He has already been with me, and because he has value to contribute always. So don't worry.
Yes, sir. We dream, sir. We dream to bring him one day.
We get it bits and pieces till he becomes 70, and then entire of it.
Correct, sir. Correct. So thanks, sir. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming and joining the webinar.
Thanks for me, sir.
Thank you very much, Makkar sir, once again. Okay, we have a interesting session, last session of this program, which is a Q&A session with Mr. R.M. Mohan. We have quite interesting questions lined up for him, and I can invite him to address these questions appropriately one after other. Okay, I'll show on the screen. Yeah, this is about the during plant shutdown for maintenance. What are the necessary things carried by engineering team?
Okay, besides the first thing that we do is ensure that the shutdowns are proper, in the sense every electrical power is switched off, then pressure valves are also closed and drains are done. That is the first step, and just before that we would have done a survey of things to be attended, and also from the list of preventive maintenance programs, a list would have been made. What are the things to be done, and also major things that we can plan. Okay, all these things would have been planned, and they will come into place Especially in the division A or the major supply equipments, it is possible to start a shutdown right away. But in curing, it doesn't start because curing requires the PCI to be continued. So after that, the programs happen. So first of all, this facilities to be ensured, the shutdowns are proper, training is done, and then we have the work order system of what to do, especially as for the preventive checks. And if you have planned a major planning, sometimes we like to do some major modifications. Then there also steps are lined out. They are pre-discussed. We we pre-discuss the FMEA type, PFMEA, even for these things, so that we don't make a mistake during the execution. So these things are done and they are ensured. And then, if the shutdown also ensures a boiler shutdown, that will happen only if the shutdown is more than a day. If it is only a single day, then boiler will be only kept on banking. Then a boiler won't take place. But if boiler shutdown is there, then boiler startup will again take some time. So to that extent, we have to complete all the works that are related with boiler before the startup time is there. So these are the things which you continue to do. But majorly, we attend to leaks. In fact, I didn't add in my list. In 1991, all our trenches below the presses were having a lot of leakages. It was, in fact, probably Ganga, Kaveri, Saraswati, all visibly flowing there, hot and cold and everything. But then, by the time I left in 2007, we had made all the trenches clean. In fact, there is a proposal that we should have that one first trench cleaned by a particular date. On that day, we'll have tea and snacks there, and we did have it. Okay, so the shutdown activities start with all things, but there will be a lot of groups working. It is not just this thing. Process also will be doing certain cleaning jobs. Mechanical will be doing their mechanical jobs. Electrical will be doing their power shutdown jobs. And instrumentation will be taking on the calibration of the control valves and also take care of the boiler controls. And civil will be doing the repairs of the floors or any other places. So like that, it's a very planned workout. Okay.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question. Yeah. Okay. It's about the temperature control unit in the various mixing bandwidth mixing studio.
It can be better expressed with a flow diagram, which I don't have at the present. But okay, you can only understand. You see, rubber has a property to stick to the rolls or to the body. To maintain that it doesn't happen, they needs to be kind of maintained at a certain temperature, which is done in case of mills, extruders, and these places, either by use of steam or cold water, or in cases some cases chilled water. So there is a water inlet to maintain the temperature at a particular this thing through either heating or cooling. So this is the requirement. I can explain with a process diagram on this question sometime later, maybe. You said you want me to teach to some of the students. I'll do that.
We have a program in the know-how webinar. One is on the maintenance issues. Yeah. Okay, next we go to the other question. Just a second. Yeah. It's about water quality. What type of water quality is required for cooling and heating in rubber processing?
Yeah, actually, water should be not be hard. So in fact, water quality itself is a big subject. Water chemistry is a big subject because you require a different kind of water for boilers. You want a different kind of water in hot water, cold water. Especially in hot water, I think the DO content is important. And actually, it should not be hard, but in Rajasthan, we did have problems of hard water. We even went to have an RO plant installed so that DM water quality of the boiler is good. Then one of the things I learned that if you want to run a turbine with the water, you require having the control on the silicon content also. That's something which I learned in my later part of this thing. But however, water should not be hard. Okay, so there will be limitation, but there is a water chemistry itself is big. Okay, so we did have a good team of maintaining the utility services, hot water, cold water, as well as processed water, and of course drinking water. All those things we did mention. Okay. Okay. Actually, production is basically team. In fact, I want to add here, as I said, by the time we came into 2000, we had forgotten that there is a production team, there is a what we call engineering team, there is a commercial team, or something like that. We were all one unit called manufacturing team. Okay. However, as production operators, since the question is specifically required to somebody who's there on 24-hour basis on the machine, he is the eye and ear of the machine. So he has to look for the signals that machine gives. Okay, whether it is a vibration, sound, increase in temperature. If this can be noticed and brought to the notice of the engineering team, the corrections will take place before the problem grows. Okay, then of course maintain the area and machine cleanliness, because some of the time, and then there are loop indicators. Lubrication is one of the major things. Okay, loop, and of course you have this what we call temperature controls and things like that. All these things need to be maintained at the observed continuously, and any aberrations brought to the notice of the engineering team, so that they can be brought under control before if they can grow up to a breakdown situation. Definitely, this question is very interesting. Energy audit required. Actually, tire industry is a very energy intensive industry. You call it electrical energy, you call it compressed air, you call it steam, you call it coal. Definitely an audit will help. We had regular audits done by CII or BEE. I mean, CII we used to call from Chennai. The team audited. Some others auditors also we called. It is always helpful to learn. And then when we launched into energy, what you call EMS systems, actually audit became an automatic what you call challenge and interesting aspect of life in tire industry. We have taken, like I mentioned, we did take a lot of strides in the right direction as far as energy conservation is concerned. I think I'll call it a savings to the nation. And how frequent? Definitely, and what do you call, if you want to have an external audit, at least once in a year or two, you should have an external audit. But if you have the expertise, local expertise developed, nowadays, BE has made it compulsory to have an energy auditor or energy manager in the plant itself. So if you have that kind of facility, okay, it's almost done on a regular basis. But formal audits with reports to the top management 6 monthly. Okay, here is the place, one has to be an all-rounder. Like the Indian cricket team looks for all-rounders now. They want a bowler to be all-rounder, the batsman also to be all-rounder. Here, I think the training is important, because you will not have all kind of expertise, separate expertise available here. So he has to be all in one. So basically, I think you should start with the operational manual, which of them equipment, whether it is a mill or what you call mixer or an extruder. I think there should be tips taken from the manual itself to suggest what are the things the person should look, and the right kind of tools made available at the right place. Okay, so that they can keep checking on the maintenance requirements, as well as smooth running of the processes.
Thank you very much, sir. That's all the questions I put forward for you, because you're expert on engineering and the maintenance aspect of the rubber processing. Very helpful. We are almost end of the program. I thank you, for contributing, joining this Eminent Personality webinars. A lot of learning from this program for particularly young people, based on your experience and the lessons learned. We're about to end the program. Would you like to share a few final remarks to the audience, please? Yeah, Mr. Mohan, would you like to share a few final remarks to the audience?
Okay, I thought you were asking the audience to share something. Okay, anyway, I'm very thankful for the people who have heard me patiently all through. I'm thankful to Makkar Saab. I'm thankful to Samar for making this happen. He was the first person to contact. I'm glad I've come to know you. It's very nice, and I look forward to more association in future too. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Definitely, we will explore your knowledge through our education programs that managed by TechnoBiz. We really appreciate if you contribute on the maintenance aspects and engineering aspects for the rubber industry. Okay, that's the end of the the program today. Thank you all for joining for today's program with the Mr. R.M. Mohan. And also a special thanks to Mr. Makkar sir, for joining us today to share a few words about Mr. Mohan. Before I end this program, I'll quickly tell you what else is going to happen in the near future. Okay, we have more experts, more experienced people will be joining in the future. I wanted to check these schedules, make a note of these schedules. We have Mr. Shivaloganathan on the 20th November, the same on Saturday. So please join us. And Dr. Samir Majumdar is no more. We are also talking about his legacy, what kind of contributions it has contributed to the rubber industry. Mr. Kulatunga Rajapaksa is an entrepreneur and well-known rubber industrialist in Sri Lanka. In his experience journey on the 5th of December, we have a plan in more others like Mr. Sudhir Gautam in January. Schedules will be finalized soon. Dr. Pranab Kumar, Professor Golok Nando, and Mr. Shiv Chandra Jain, and Dr. Ramapati Panda, and Mr. N. Rajagopalan, Mr. Arun Kapoor. So we have invited many of these, and please follow this program on regular basis every Saturday, alternate Saturday, and check our website, Eminent Personality-Webinars. Okay. Before I end this program, I think there's a message for you all. Grow more trees in the surroundings of your home and workplace. I think you all know why I asked for it. I think, please, okay. Thank you all, and that's the end of the program today. I wish you stay safe and healthy. And like Mr. Mohan sir, once again, thank you very much. My sincere thanks to you for being part of today's program. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.